Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
GhanaTalks Radio, UK, Abrochimemu, era from Ghana Muha at the sound system, which is spinning machine papa, a free amana never be good among Ghana Muha. It is a year, we engagement, we wedding, we birthday party. Political parties are more rally, some way sorry, a more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa, a boss sound in the moon at the dia, and you may come from GTR sounds at the Emao. Your live band in so our tones at the frame, ya beat me abababua. Ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Ya were enkind pupuni Montemo, Anya, a Ponchi Hotel, a Hope Pepe, and a Yebutu, Odian said Obe Fre and Penny 4, was 0546 960510. GTR sounds a more de Angaza.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials. From Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. Good morning to you, lovely listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. It's yet another beautiful Friday morning, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. This is a news headline review. Right here, we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment. We got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives with my audience and with my guests on issues that matter to you every morning. They'll be diving into the issues, sharing their thoughts and opinions to the stories on board this morning. Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for joining me on the news headline review. How are you doing? We bless God. Hope all is well. Yeah. How are you anticipating for the weekend? The weekend is right here.
Well, I'm hoping for the best.
Nothing but the best. Any occasion, anything this week?
No occasion.
Oh, all right. That's okay. So we are here. We are going to dive into the major news items for this morning, and then you're going to tell us what you think about it and then your opinion on the issues as well. Right. So for our first story, Lands Ministry rejects Sophia Ekufu's call for suspension of mining activity. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has turned down a proposal by former Chief Justice Sophia Ekufu calling for a temporary halt on all forms of mining in Ghana. Justice Ekufu has raised concern over the devastating effects of illegal mining, popularly known as galamsey, which continues to destroy forests and pollute water bodies across the country. But the ministry says while her concerns are genuine, a complete moratorium on mining would have serious economic consequences. Speaking to City News, the ministry's media relations officer, Pa Kwesi Shandoff, said the government is committed to fighting illegal mining but will not shut down the entire mining sector. Her suggestion is coming from a good place, given that she's equally concerned about the devastation of the environment. But you cannot place a hold on all mining activities now because mining is a lucrative economic enterprise that continues to drive our national development, he explained. He added that the laws of Ghana permit responsible mining and that the government's focus remains on tackling illegal operators, not the entire industry. What we are fighting is not the whole enterprise of mining, but illegal mining activities, and the government will stay on that course, he emphasized. The ministry's position has sparked debates among environmentalists and policy watchers, with some insisting that Ghana's natural resources can't be protected without a drastic pause, while others argue that a total ban could cripple key economic sectors. Right, so that was coming from the media relations officer in charge of the Ministry of Lands and also Sophia Ekufu, that a mining activity should be banned, whether it could be legal or illegal, it should all be banned. Do you think that is the right way to go, please?
Illegal mining,
right?
Yeah. Well, everyone is entitled to their opinion. But you see, with the issue of galamsey, as the Ministry of Environment stated, we cannot ban the whole sectors of companies that are mining. We have people that are mining legally. They have the license and the permit to mine. And as I said yesterday, I came across a report that stated that Ghana is leading with, I think, something billion, and first in Africa, and then safe in the whole world, but first in Africa. So it should tell you that we are actually gaining a lot of revenue from our gold reserves, and we are getting like billions of cedis from the gold reserves, and this has to do with people that mine legally. That is the main reason why they brought out the gold board, so that you can sell your gold directly to the gold board, and then they will pass through the right procedures so that the money will be retained in the country. So our focus right now is people who are mining illegally. And the former CJ is right, because as it stands now, you cannot even differentiate between people who are mining illegally and those who are not mining illegally. Because even the people who claimed to be mining legally, in one way or the other, allegedly, I believe they are involved in this illegal mining and stuff. But we cannot shut it down. In as much as it's affecting us as a country, we cannot. The only thing we can do is just to give it a temporary ban. And even with that, companies which the government feels like are mining legally, they can be retained. But even with that, there should be strict supervision and monitoring to ensure that they go through the right procedures. I've seen companies that mine legally. Do you know, it's something like this, but they have, they are working underground, and it is well built. It's not as if you making your way through a hole where you have it in mind that the journey of no return is a probability that whether you go, you're not coming back. This is something that they've already laid it down. They've built it, and they are not on water bodies. It's just like this, but they are mining underground. But when we talk about the illegal miners, they go straight into the water bodies, straight into our forest reserves. They use chemicals that are harmful to we human beings and to the aquatic animals in the water. So I feel like with what she's saying, she's not wrong in a way though, because almost mining legally in Impo, there is a question mark. But we cannot ban it because we are also gaining something from the legal miners.
Yes.
So I think there should be a measure or something that will favor the people who mine legally, and those who mine illegally should be banned completely.
Right. Thank you so much. But as you said, everyone is obliged to their own opinion, so they can. It's for the interest of the country.
Yeah, it is.
But as it stands now, it can't. Legal mining, whether it's legal mining, can't be banned at all. And even banning illegal mining too has also become a problem.
Yeah, right.
Has become a problem. So banning all of it can be possible. Right, Miss Regina, good morning. How are you doing? Yeah. So we are actually on the first topic that has to do with the former Chief Justice requesting that they call a suspension on all mining activities, whether it's a legal mining or it's an illegal mining, and the Lands Ministry has rejected it. They've rejected it because they said, what she's actually calling for is in the interest of the country, because she's also fighting for she's also trying to fight for the protection of our environmental and water bodies as well. But the government also generates money from mining. So if you say we should halt mining or suspend mining, all forms of mining, is going to worry us. So that is what we are on this morning. We wanted you to share your opinion on that.
Okay, so when it comes to legal mining, there are rules governing it, and we already have valid documentation to make sure that the people who are mining legally go ahead to mine legally. If she had said, as we are all saying, opinions are like noses, everyone is entitled to it. If she had said, say, those who are not mining legally should be banned, for that it's understandable. But for her to go as far as saying that even more valid documents protecting whatever they are doing, it should be banned, I don't think it's the right step in the right direction. When it comes to legal mining, the country as a whole is benefiting immensely from it, and it would be very disturbing if they stop legal mining. And you know, we all know that we are fighting for the illegal mining or galamsey to be stopped, but that doesn't mean that other sources that are valid and are bringing income or revenue into the country should be halted. They should rather find strategic and key measures to make sure that those who are mining illegally, those perpetrators, are being caught or are being stopped totally from illegal mining. Galamsey, as it stands now, day in and day out, we find issues with galamsey. Day in and day out, children who are being born are also suffering from it, and also the dangerous chemicals they are using. So with what she's saying, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that? Mining can't be banned at all, because that's how the governments also make their own money. Right. But even with those that are mining legally, they are also in a way also involved in illegal mining. So what is the government doing to make sure that these people are actually using the right procedures to mine whatever minerals they want to get?
These people can only be tracked through monitoring. And
even the monitors, would they be valid?
The monitors themselves are not valid. So the question is, who watches over the watchman?
Exactly.
Who watches over the monitor? So that is why I say that I always say that as the world is evolving, we've been watching. Let me just put it this way: Ghana, we learn from the Western world, and sometimes we overlearn it. But looking at them, it's not anything, or in any situation will you see them moving around, going to arrest people, moving around, monitoring people, making you feel like bow. No, they have gadgets They have things that have been fixed without your knowledge, without you having no idea. You feel like you are working, but in their office they are monitoring, they see what is going on. I feel like it's about time we will start doing such things. There should be cameras or something, and country they shouldn't be aware. So this is where the government needs to get trusted people. I don't know if we still have some in the country though, but it's about time the government gets people like he can trust, so that he will hand those work to them. And as it is being fixed, whatever you do is being monitored, so the evidence and everything is clear. So when we are bringing the evidence before you, cannot deny it, because but if you want to say that you'll be coming around human beings, it'll be more 10 billion. Can you resist it? Just be sincere to yourself. Will you resist 10 billion offer? And those who mind that they have the money. Sometimes they don't just give you the money, they even give you visa to travel out of the country, and they silence the case. So I feel like strict supervision, but it shouldn't be in those days when we know the Panama office, how is work, how is things going. Like, no, it's a time they change. Let's bring on board, new plans, proactive measures that will help us in solving this
issue. Right, moving on. Stop prejudging accused persons, Husseini Issa cautions media. Former Member of Parliament for Kaikwe North, Alhaji Husseini Issa, has called on the Ghanaian media to uphold fairness and professionalism in their coverage of corruption-related stories. He says the growing culture of media persecution, where accused persons are judged in the courts of public opinion before investigations are concluded, poses a serious threat to justice and due process. Mr. Issa expressed concern that some media discussions create a prejudiced atmosphere long before courts establish the fact of a case. What I find very difficult is the public persecution of some of these matters even before people get the opportunity to respond. And it is a growing phenomenon that is very worrying, he said. The former lawmaker emphasized that while the media plays a vital role in exposing wrongdoing, journalists must also balance fairness and accuracy in their reports. Where there is a public discussion of an issue, already before you get to the answer, whatever allegation is against you, the public has formed an opinion. You have been prosecuted even before the case actually starts in court, and that is worrying, he added. His comments come on the heels of the Commissioner on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Shraj, ruling against the former Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Dr. Owusu Amwa, for corruption and procurement breaches. Shraj has banned Dr. Owusu Amwa from holding any public office for 5 years after finding him culpable of causing a financial loss of nearly 9 million Ghana cedis to the state through questionable procurement practices. So the investigation followed a 2022 petition by the Movement for Truth and Accountability, which accused the former GRA boss of fraudulent single source contract awards involving Ronon Motors Limited and Sejel Motors and Trading Company Limited and Tal Linon Ghana Limited. Shraj reports also revealed that 2 of the firms were non-tax compliant and had no verifiable business location, raising further questions about oversight and accountability. Mr. Husseini Issa comments have reignited debate about the balance between media and freedom and responsible journalism in high-profile cases. Right. Do you think the media is crossing the line between reporting and prosecuting accused person, as he puts it? Miss Regina?
You prosecute them with our mouth because the findings are already out. And just this morning when I checked the news headlines, there is a Rona or Rona. the motor man. He's denying charge findings. And I was like, sana sa papa no so baye, ba fast stop papa no so baye.
Exactly.
All we want is transparency, and I would do agree with them that when this government is being transparent with us, or when issues are being presented to the public, I think I would advise everyone to desist from should I say, I can't example, accusing these people. The investigations brought to them or being labeled against them, I would say it's allegedly. Because findings no 100% secure. But since they want public opinion, and we the public court, we will do justice to that.
Public court.
Yeah, public court. We will do justice to that. Be making sure say in some no you bisect it. Na ya pepe mu na ya hwemu ye. To the public, I would say it's normal. But when it comes to the media, we have code of conduct. We have code of ethics. Especially when it comes to our job, we know certain things we are supposed to say, certain things we are not supposed to say. So I would advise, when it comes to the media, we should present the facts, how it was brought by whoever presented the evidence or presented the, investigations. My emphasis a being kahon, my ye a being free, because ye pesade ne pa, assemble ba, ye beka to a point at dia nipa nimpo ankano, then we'll say it. Indirectly, we have ways of reading meanings into everything that is being said, and I think that is a wrong thing to do. Until they are more canon, I think I agree with them. Public courts is becoming too much, and media buzz is also becoming too much. As I know, bedroom courts and media yeah, crucifying the panededa.
Yeah. So yesterday when we went out for reporting, one of the interviewees actually interacted me and was like, they said the health minister said some of our data is in India. And I was like, where did you hear this one from? Because me myself, I'm reading the news but I've not seen it. So I told him that
which data?
They said our health, when you go to the hospital, the names they take and then they input it into the system. Some of our data is in India. And then I told him that, I don't have concrete information on that. But what I will advise him is that he should be careful of the kind of news he consumes from the internet. If it's not coming from a legit media house or a radio station, he should fact check it before you believe such of those things. Yesterday, I was like, I don't have information on. I can't lie to you and tell you that
he got it from the media.
He got it from the media, and I told him that now people buy 3 CDs data. They go on TikTok and then they say their mind without even checking if it is true or not. So it's not everything that you see on the media that you have to consume. So I advise him. So check out the media houses before you know that this one is legit. You know, you trust their source and you know that they are credible. They are not going to, lie to you or do whatsoever. Misinformation. This is Sam. So Sam George. When you're now pass a bill, no send your idea. I see a data in India. I'm pansu mimi. I don't know, so I can't say that. That is the truth, right? Miss Debbie, what do you make of the public courts already judging our government officials that have been, allegedly said that they are looting the funds of the state?
So I think it's bad, but then I also say that the media is overstepping its boundaries.
Right.
The media travels so fast. You can just post something right now, and then by the time you turn your head like this, or within a twinkle of an eye,
you are trending.
Like you are trending, and it's everywhere. And that is why they always say that since the media is the mouthpiece and the face of any information that is being put out there, you should be very careful with the kind of information you put out there, and you should also ensure that whatever you are putting out there is nothing but the truth. You have evidence that backs it. If today you're before Kojina Quarter, you can actually backed what you've posted on a page. So I feel like as of the media, say at the YouTube channel, it's not as if we don't know the ethics. Like, we know the ethics. Me, I've been taught the ethics, and I know all of us have been taught the ethics, code of conduct, and all this about the media. But sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's because of fame, or sometimes he's the manager. There is this man I came across sometime, and he said he's managing a station or something, and he was like, as for our station, we tell them what to say because we need the views. Then in my mind, I was like, you need the views, so you say. And then when I went to check their platform, it's always about talking negative, like the negative side of government official, negative side of the government itself, negative side of everything that is happening, and they are getting the view because that is what Ghanaians, that is what we want.
We like to consume negativity.
Exactly, we don't want the right info. What we want is, and he using words that are not, like, you are not using the right or appropriate words, and that is what we want. So he was like, we tell them what to say, how to say it, and I was even laughing in my head. I was laughing. I was like, well, but when you get to court,
you go and answer.
You will answer to it. So we are overstepping it. Let me take this issue for instance. When the helicopter crash happened and everybody was speaking about it, they said the black box.
Yeah. Black
box. After now, one renowned station. One renowned station in Ghana said they have access to what was in the box.
The report on what.
Meanwhile, the presidency itself said they haven't have access to whatever is in the box. They are now investigating. Now what Babonte Beke can say? When you do Hojina Quarter, will you blame someone? No. So you don't finalize on issue. As far as we've been finalizing on issues. That is what the media do, but that is not how it's supposed to be. So, and you see, if you don't know, I'm telling you today, citizens trust media more than even the person that is bringing the information out. If it is the president that is bringing the information out, they don't even listen to you. They listen to what the media is saying, not what you are saying. The president can say this, but how I will present it out is what the people are consuming. Like what the guy was telling you yesterday. Me, myself, can maintain share. The only thing I heard was the contract of the HLM, the data. I'm sure that is what he's trying to say. The digital data with the hospital and some companies that so it's like, I feel like whoever relayed those information to him or the media he heard that from, they don't actually relay the right information. India. It's funny, but it's not funny. So I think there should be a rule that would take this media stations on.
Right.
There should be a rule. If not, maybe I know some media houses are misleading people. They are really misleading people because of views, not the quality of the content they are putting out there.
But would you also say that the media has been fair in terms of bringing out balanced news and not compromising the right of the public to know certain issues? You think the media has been fair?
In a way, yes. Because in as much as sometimes we try to be a bit but we put out the right information out there for the people to know. We cannot keep them in darkness. Just as we say that the media is a watchdog. It watches over whatever is going on. The media has now become a mediator between the citizens and the government. So I would say that in a way that the media has been fair, in a way the media has not been fair, because we always have positive and bad aspects. We have bad nuts among the media houses, and definitely there's going to be some witches somewhere. So in a way we've been fair, in a way we've not been fair.
In a way we haven't been fair. So would you suggest that they should bring in stricter monitoring when it comes to how some of these cases are actually reported?
Monitoring. As for the monitoring, there is already, like, it exists. What they should do is that there should be a law or punishment for media houses that will not go contrary to what they are supposed to do. That is it. But for the monetary there, I mean, you've been hey, but for name bow. They are monitoring you. No one needs to come to your office, because as we are sitting here right now, we are being exposed on the screen of people. You don't need someone to come in and say they want to monitor you. They are there watching you from the house. So in a way, I feel like you are being monitored. So the only thing they can do is that when there is a punishment, maybe 4 months or 5 months, to reset how some media houses does their things.
Right. Moving on. Asante threatens destillment of chiefs who employ land guards. The Asante Otumfuo Osei Tutu II has issued a firm warning to all chiefs within the Asante Kingdom. Any chief found engaging the services of land guards will face immediate destillment. The Asante gave the stern directive on Wednesday at the Menchia Palace when the newly appointed Asante Regional Police Commander Arthur Osei Akoto paid a courtesy call on him. Otumfuo Osei Tutu described the use of armed groups to enforce land claims as both illegal and a betrayal of traditional authority within Asante mine. He declared, "I will distill any chief who engages the services of land guards. They know very well that they have no such authority. When those lands were entrusted to them upon their installment, I never instructed them to hire land guards to protect them." The Asante emphasized that all land-related conflicts must be settled through traditional and lawful means, not through violence or intimidation. If you have any land dispute with anyone, bring it before me and we'll resolve it amicably for peace to prevail, he advised, reaffirming the role of the Menchia Palace judicial process in maintaining peace and order. The warning comes amid increasing reports of land guards activity and violent land disputes in part of the Asante region, threatening public safety and lawful land administration. Legal experts says the Asante position echoes Section 12 of Ghana's Land Act 2020, Act 1038, which criminalizes the use of land guards and prescribes fines or imprisonment for anyone who employs force or intimidation in land transaction. Otumfuo's declaration reinforces his ongoing campaign to protect the integrity of the traditional leadership structure and ensure that chieftaincy remains a symbol of peace and justice rather than violence and greed. Right. How serious is the issue of land guards in our locality? Miss Regina, have you had any issue with land guards?
When it comes to land guards, we wouldn't know how serious land guards issue is until a loved one of yours is dead in regards to that. Because land guards are mobile. They are not people who come calmly. They come with weapons, guns, cutlasses. They don't even mind slashing or slicing you into pieces. That is land guards for you. You don't know.
Slicing and slashing you.
Yes, land guards. They are very dangerous. I don't know. To me, can say some particular tribe, but land guards will be one particular tribe. Yeah, two. Some two tribes because I'm passing.
That's true.
Passing. So I would say that when it comes to land guards, I don't even know who brought them into the system. I know we have Goro boys, and Goro boys they can legalize yomo because we move hokrana and ye. But land guards, please, we don't need land guards too. Now also, then these people will come and be threatening you. Sometimes they go as far as threatening the workers, the laborers that you've employed to be there to work on your land. They'll be threatening them with cutlasses. Say, pay this amount of money. Show the documents, and documents you can show some more original documents. And this is the original document you are supposed to get, which is wrong. And I don't understand why chiefs should have land guards. If someone wants to buy a land from you, they should deal directly with the elders or with you. They shouldn't be passing back door. So with what Asantehene is saying, and no, that person should be destood immediately. Because you are trying to tell us that you are not a king or a chief. You bet to me, mechanism. We can look up to you, because when you do that, you're a notorious and tyrant chief. Yes, you're a hooligan. Anyone who involves in land guards, you're a hooligan automatically. Because excuse me to say, those people, they are not normal. That spiritual stuff. Can you fight with that person? You can't.
No, please. I love my life.
You see, you love it. But me, there's no way I can cut myself now. They longer be me. And any now a bit
Ish. Mr. Bean, do you think there's a better way to sort out land issues rather than distilling these people?
A better way. The best way we can solve this is what Asantehene just stated or proclaimed, that chiefs will be destood, because most of the people who sell this land out has to do with chiefs. They own the place, they own the community. If today I should head to East Legon or Trasacco and then I'm going to buy land, whoever I meet there, it's in a way, even if it is a sole person, you have a permission from chiefs or leaders in that particular community, and they are the people who sell the lands out. So if I should buy a land from you today, and then in the pace of 1 month or 2 years, I start to develop something on my land, and then I see people coming over to tell me that the land belongs to me, or the land belongs to my forefathers, or this person has sent us to come and take what is ours. Meanwhile, I've paid for it. I have documentation and everything. The more reason why we register those land is for transparency and to prevent this kind of stuff. But in as much as we even register those lands, we still have land guards on the land. So where are they coming from? Are they snows dropping from heaven? No, they are not. It is someone that sent them there. It is this same chief that sells this land to 20 people. One piece of land has been sold to 20 to 30 people. Who does that? It is only black mentality. It is only we blacks that will do this kind of thing. So even if you should send that incident to the court, it will end nowhere. Somewhere last year, there was an incident where a police officer, I think a police officer was shot at Kaswa because of this land issue. And up to now, that case is still in court. And allegedly, they said it was a chief that sent those land guards. So the statement Asantehene made that he's going to distill this chief, that is the best way to go about it. Because if you are a chief and you cannot use your power or the mandate you have to do positive stuff, and then all that you think is to sell a piece of land for 30 people and be taking money, then you don't deserve to be a chief. Because as a chief, you are a leader and you're supposed to portray as such. But if you're not doing it, then you don't deserve to be a chief. And I think we should also strengthen, we should strengthen the ties between these people who goes to buy the land from these chiefs, and then, with the court. I'm trying to figure something out here. What I mean is that, you see, most of the times, you go to buy this land, it's being registered. They even give you papers. So how is it possible for you to still come to me and tell me that, in as much as I have a proof that what I'm holding, the document, tells me that I'm the owner of this land, and then you're telling me that no, you sold that land to 20 people? Does it really make sense? No, it doesn't. So for us to fight the issue of land guards and all these things, the chief is doing his part. But then I feel like the government is also supposed to do his part with the issue of the court. Because so 10 years, 20 years, you are paying those people that are standing in for you, and so the land cannot be reclaimed. And that is why, to prevent all these things, you go to Yano. Because with Yano, Obeko Amwanya Wasase. But that is not what we want. So I think we should do the right thing.
We should do the right thing. So Pam, if you involve land guards, your stool will be taken away from you. And taking your stool alone is not, it's a huge problem, because I feel it's an embarrassment. It means how incompetent you are, and then it comes with its own issues. So please, those involved in land guards and those employing the services of land guards, put a stop to it. Right. Thank you so much for joining us in the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Today in History, 1987, coup in Tunisia. Tunisian President Bourguiba, who had ruled since independence, was declared medically incapable of governing under Article 57 of the Tunisian Constitution. He was removed from office and replaced by his Prime Minister Zine El Abidine Ben Ali. This was a pivotal political shift in North Africa, a bloodless coup that ushered in Ben Ali's 23-year rule until his ouster in the 2011 Tunisian Revolution. The takeover is often called the medical coup and symbolized the end of Bourguiba's era and the start of a more security state-oriented government. It also set the stage for the later Arab Spring by establishing a long-running authoritarian regime. UN peacekeeping force established during the Suez Crisis. The Suez Crisis erupted when Britain, France and Israel invaded Egypt after Egyptian leader Gamal Abdel Nasser nationalized the Suez Canal. On this day, 1956, the UNGA moved to establish a peacekeeping mission to halt the fighting and supervise withdrawal. This marked one of the earliest major applications of UN peacekeeping in Africa and Middle East, and symbolized the decline of old European colonial imperial powers, Britain and France, in the region. It also had implications for African states and decolonization and international diplomacy. To some few observances, Love Your Lawyer Day. The day was created to appreciate the hard work of lawyers and to counter negative stereotypes by highlighting their positive contributions to society. People can celebrate by thanking a lawyer for their service or inviting one to speak at a school, church, or any organization. Lastly, Notary Public Day. A notary is an official authorized to witness and certify the signing of important documents to prevent fraud. They verify the signer's identity, ensure they are signing willingly and understand the document's content, and may administer an oath. Notaries are impartial witnesses and cannot have a personal interest in the transaction. Their services are often required for legal and commercial transactions involving other countries. To recognize the vital work of notaries. And that's all for today on Today in History. Some observances live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for Today in History and some observances of the day. Moving on to Debbie's Girl today with Miss Debbie Adoso.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. the Member of Parliament for Ewutu Senya East, Na Koyo, has responded to the Interior Minister Muntaka Mohammed over what she described as an inconclusive report on deadly election violence in her constituency. Addressing the media on November 6th, the National Democratic Congress legislator insisted she never denied being attacked, contradicting the minister's briefing to the nation 2 days earlier. During the briefing, the minister disclosed that the Member of Parliament for Ewutu Senya East had denied any knowledge of the violence that marred her election, an incident that left one person dead. Honorable Na denied that her convoy was attacked. She was nowhere near the scene of the incident. Persons involved in the incident have avoided speaking with the task force, while Muhammad Ali and others who were in the Mahindra pickup truck and fired shots from their vehicle have also refused to cooperate. The accounts have therefore not been established. Muhammad Ali is said to have been flown abroad for further treatment. The late Yusuf Idris died from a gunshot wound, and those who were in the Mahindra pickup with him know what happened. The driver of the Mahindra has been traced, and further investigation is ongoing. However, Nakoyo has refuted the minister's assertion as inconclusive report. She stated that she had not said anywhere that she was not attacked by the alleged tags. I have remained quiet despite calls by well-meaning Ghanaians, including my constituents, who witnessed these brutal attacks. At no time did I say no attack happened. I stated emphatically to the task force that on election day during my rounds, I noticed my convoy was being followed by a V8 vehicle allegedly known to be used by Hawa Kumsen and a Nadmo pickup which had a green government number plate. After visiting some police stations, I decided to go home because I thought my life was in danger. It's quite funny, but it's not. It's not funny because as it stands now, we are being divided whether to believe the reports of the Minister of Interior or whether to believe that of the current Member of Parliament for Ewutu Senya. We don't know who to believe right now, because we saw what happened during last year's election, 2024 election. We saw what happened at Kaswa and its surroundings. We saw how people were being beaten. Some even got their arms butchered, and one person lost their life. I personally had an interview when Nakoyo was being interviewed by some media houses, and she emphatically stated that she was being followed. Her vehicle was being followed to the extent that the tire of her vehicle was being shot by some notorious people or guys believed to be people working for the then Member of Parliament, Hawa Kumsen. And you see, the current administration made a claim, or they promised Ghanaians that when they come into power, the first thing they will do is to ensure that whoever is behind the violences we see during our elections face justice. We saw what happened at Ayawasu West Wagon. We saw how people died mysteriously because of election. We even saw a video where Sam George was being slapped in the face. We saw all that. And so the Interior Minister, who is to ensure that there is safety in every constituency and also ensure that there is violent-free election being held, he went on to investigate these people, brought out his findings. And 2 days ago, he made it clear that Nankoyo said she was not being followed. Her vehicle was not being shot. she is fined. And for me to only to wake up this morning and then the news popping right into my face saying that she never said such, she never made such statement. So who is telling lies? Is the Minister of Interior telling us a very big lie, or the current Member of Parliament is now ditching us down into the pit? Because as it stands now, if the Minister of Interior is wrong, then we will say that maybe he didn't get his facts well. Because when the news came out, everybody was like, what is this woman talking about? Because we saw it. Whatever was happening, we saw it. You might not be in Kaswa, but you saw what was happening on the television. And we've had residents in those areas, eyewitnesses, saying what they saw. So when you come out and then you say that you deny the claim that you are being followed, then you are trying to say that the people who died as a result of that did not die because they were being attacked by some unknown assailants, which allegedly are a group or attacks of people that are working for Hawa Kumsin. A lot of calls, a lot of conversations around this whole issue. And only for her to wake up today and then deny the claims. Does that mean that the Minister of Interior did not do his homework very well? He didn't get his facts correct? Or maybe he didn't get to understand what Nakoya was actually relaying to him? Or it was Narada that is not giving out the right information? I think we need to be very, very careful when it has to do with issues like this. Violence during elections is not something that we should joke with. It's not something that we should play with. Because I also saw a video where Hawa Kumsin came out stating that she has been vindicated. And that those rumors we heard of her being a notorious person, blah, 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 she has been vindicated. And even yesterday, I saw some members of the New Patriotic Party holding a conference where they are calling on Nakoyo, who is representing the NDC, to come and apologize. I don't know whether that actually triggered her to say what she's saying though. But what I want us to understand, that we should be very, very, very careful with what we put out there. Because I will not sit here and say that the Minister of Interior didn't do his work well. He wouldn't come out to say something without getting his facts right. Why didn't you retaliate after the information was being popped out? You waited after 2 days. That should be another question we should be asking ourselves. You waited after 2 days when the Minister of Interior made those claims that you practically denied that your vehicle was being followed. And after 2 days, you are here making claims that you never said that. How well do you want people to believe you in what you are saying? You've already painted the picture that the other person in whose song, but as I said, violence during election time is not something we should joke with. Because one person lost his life during the 2024 election, and not only at Kaswa. We've seen this happening over and over again. So if you know something about this, speak it out. Let those people behind it be held responsible for their acts, so that it will serve as example for others. Let's not show them. Even if it is a member of parliament that is behind that, I believe politicians can do anything at all just to gain power. They don't even care whether you die. Now, even after election cry, you don't even feel their impact. It is when the election is due, that is when you feel as if you have a representative. So even if you have a hint that a politician, a public official is behind that, speak out, be bold. It is for your own good. If you don't speak it out, trust me, it will happen again. And maybe the next time you'll be the victim. You will be the victim. That is why it is very crucial for we to speak the truth. And what the interior minister did was his work. You cannot give out this information and the next minute coming to say something different. What are you trying to say concerning the findings of the Minister of Interior? Automatically, you are saying that he didn't do his homework very well. And you also staying for 2 days before coming out to, rubbish the claims of the Interior Minister does not tally. It doesn't tally. The only thing I can tell you that we should speak it out. Because some people need to be questioned. You cannot tell me that tax will just pump into a constituency, start threatening people not to vote, using guns and stuff, and then you think it's normal. No, this is not normal. Someone is behind it. And we are supposed to fight it, arrest those people, question them, so that they'll point fingers at the people behind that. Because those constituents involved in those kind of dubious acts, they don't have the money to go and be buying rifles and pistols and whatever it is. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for that girl. Thank you too for joining us in the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be coming up with the news shortly. Please take and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries,
Koko Nikosi, alo komi keshito.
wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news broadcast on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, President Mahama launches solar project to boost Ghana's renewable energy ambitions. Ghana's pharma industry in crisis as government urged to recover millions in unpaid debt. Rising type 2 diabetes in children's parks alarming the country. Online drivers threaten actions of unsustainable 30% commission. These and many more coming up shortly in business, sports and showbiz. President John Dramani Mahama has officially inaugurated the multi-purpose solar energy project at Dawa Industrial Park, marking a significant step towards Ghana renewable energy goals. The project aims to provide clean and affordable power to support Ghana's industrial zone. Speaking at the ceremony, President Mahama emphasized the need of private sector involvement in Ghana's power distribution. In other news, the Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association of Ghana is urging the government to recover millions owed for medicine supplied to the Sahel region. According to the Health Committee Chair, Dr. Markat, the committee will engage relevant stakeholders to address issues posing significant risk to the local pharmaceutical industry. The industry is calling for urgent action to prevent the collapse of local pharmaceutical sector. Still on health, the Diabetes, Endocrine and Metabolic Society of Ghana is sounding alarm over the increasing number of type 2 diabetes cases in children. President of the association, Josephine Akpalu, attributes the rise to late diagnosis, highlighting the need for regular testing and awareness creation. Speaking at the annual General and Scientific Meeting in Accra, Professor Francis Ofer, a physician specialist, also called on specialist team in all 16 regions to reduce pressure on healthcare professionals in the Greater Accra region and Ashanti region. The warning comes as Ghana grapples with growing diabetes epidemic, with thousands unaware of their pre-diabetic condition. The Association of Online Drivers has taken a bold stance against ride-hailing platforms, urging the team to reduce 30% commission charged on each trip. Chair of the commission, Augustine Mensah, emphasizes that the rate is unsustainable and exploitative, eroding drivers' earnings. The association has, however, given the ride-hailing companies 1 week ultimatum to discuss revising the commission rate. Away from that, the country's senior partner of PwC Ghana, Vish Ahiagbo, has expressed optimism that Ghana's inflation will continue on its downward trend in the coming months, citing growing economic stability and improved coordination between fiscal and monetary policies. Speaking at the 2025 PwC Cyber Forum, Mr. Ahiagbo noted that the steady drop in inflation to 8% signals renewed confidence in the economy and effective management by policymakers. He said if government maintains fiscal discipline and the private sector continues to respond positively, the country could experience even greater price stability. The fact that inflation has fallen to 8% reflects a stronger macroeconomic framework. If we sustain this momentum and build private sector confidence, we could see a more stable price environment, he said. The 2025 PwC Cyber Forum brought together key stakeholders from government, the private sector and the technology community to discuss emerging threats and opportunities in the digital landscape. At the same event, Director General of the National Cyber Security Authority, Divine Selassie Agbeti, called for deeper intelligence sharing between public institutions and private technology firms to counter the growing wave of cyber threat. Mr. Agbeti cautioned that fragmented systems and limited collaborations have made businesses increasingly vulnerable to attacks. He emphasized that a culture of transparency and joint action is crucial to building national cyber resilience. Cyber security is not just a government issue, it is a shared responsibility. Without intelligence sharing and coordinated response, our system remains exposed, he said. The discussions at the forum highlighted the intersection between economic stability and digital security, underscoring the significance of coordinated policy efforts to ensure sustainable growth and safeguard Ghana's digital economy. In business, the Automobile Association of Ghana says it is working to help fully operationalize the government's flagship 24-hour economy initiative. According to the association, the move is part of effort to boost productivity, enhance transportation efficiency, and support industrial growth across the country. President of the association, Jeffrey Opompepra, made this known at the launch of the new T-Cross in Accra. He explained that the association is developing strategic interventions to ensure that mobility services and vehicle operations effectively align with the round-the-clock policy. Mr. Opompepra further emphasized that the association's plan complement government industrialization and job creation agenda by ensuring smooth logistics and vehicles accessibility for businesses operating under the policy. The 24-hour economy initiative introduced by the government aims to promote continuous business operations across sectors to enhance productivity, create jobs and drive economic transformation. To sports, Otuado and his technical team are expected to release their squad by the end of the week ahead of Ghana's Asia Tour friendlies. The Black Stars will face Japan on November 14th before taking on South Korea for 4 days. The matches form part of preparations for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The plan is for the advanced team to depart Accra on Friday for Japan, followed by the rest of the technical team. Ado will use the games to assess players and make necessary adjustments ahead of the country's 5th appearances at the global tournament. Meanwhile, the draw for the World Cup will take place on December 5th in Washington, where Ghana will discover its group stage opponent. The general manager of Dreams FC, Amenu, believes only massive investment can make Ghanaian club competitive at the continental level. His comments comes on the back of both Ghanaian representatives failing to reach the group stage of the CAF Champions League and the Confederation Cup. Both Bibiani Gold Stars and Asante Kotoko were knocked out of the two competitions in the preliminary stages, meaning there are no Ghanaian clubs in the continental club competitions. In an interview, Shadows, whose side made the semi-finals of the CAF Confederation Cup 2 seasons ago, believes Ghanaian clubs lack the needed investment and consistency. The group stage of the CAF inter-club competitions kick off later this month, and for the second year running, Ghana has no representative. In showbiz, famous Nollywood actress Mercy Johnson has reacted to the alleged arrest and detention of Regina Daniels' elder brother by Senator Ned Nwoko. Daily Post reports that Regina Daniels' brother Sammy West was arrested in Lagos on Sunday for his alleged involvement in his ongoing marital crisis. Sammy West was arrested a week after his sister, Regina Daniels, called out her husband over alleged domestic violence and filed for a divorce. Reacting to the couple's messy breakup, Mercy Johnson, who is known as Regina's godmother, questioned Sammy West's arrest. Questioning Nigeria's justice system, she wrote, "The worst form of injustice is pretended justice. A child was arrested. No one can or has been allowed to see him for 2 days. He was flown from Lagos to Abuja and is allegedly being taken to court from the airport. How did we get here, Nigeria?" she wrote. And that is how we end it on the news in brief on Ghana Talks Radio. Thank you so much for making time with me. Don't forget to log on to all streaming platforms at GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news updates. Do have a good morning.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries,
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation.
This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. In the studios of Ghana Talks Radio, we are humbled and pleased to be on your airwaves once again this morning. My name is Pakwesi Omare, your regular host for the most delightful show you can ever have every morning in the capital of Accra. Earlier on, you heard from the ladies. They served you some discussions and conversations, and we are here to continue with some topics as well to discuss in interest of the nation as a whole. And this morning, unfortunately, we are not going to have the NPP communicator join us for some unforeseen reasons, but then we have the NDC's communicator in here. He is an NDC youth communicator, a youth activist, yes, and he will share his thoughts on some of the topics we have in here to discuss. Without much to say, join the conversation as always. Let us hear from you on all our social media platforms at Ghana Talks Radio, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on X. Our WhatsApp lines are also very active: 0202 544 614, 0202 544 614. This morning I have in the studios with me Mr. Kwache. Mr. Kwache speaks for the NDC, and today he will share his talk with us. Mr. Samuel Kwache. Sammy?
Boss.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, boss.
I hope you are doing well.
Oh, divine selection.
We thank
Once there is good governance in the system, all that we can hope and wish for is the divine selection of the Almighty.
Okay. We thank God. And speaking of good governance, I mean, 10 months, 11 months already, your party came to power. How do you see things? Do you think they are matching the energy of expectations from the entire country, or you are lacking behind?
Okay, first of all, let me say I'm much grateful for this opportunity. Being here, it's not a right, but a privilege. Again, let me thank the good people of Ghana and those of our friends and brothers who are watching the show outside Ghana, because I know this show travels a lot.
Sure.
Now, to come to your question, let me say I have to applaud my government because the country was in shambles. I quite remember in February when His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama had the chance to speak. He made this famous statement of which people were cracking jokes with it, others too had their opinions to share. When he said the economy that he came to meet was a crime scene. I think there was no better words for him to describe things than what he said.
Okay.
Because looking at how things were going in the previous government, there was no hope.
Sure.
We only needed an experienced hand, and indeed, he has shown on countless times that he is the man to drive us to wherever he wants to be whilst in this tough moment. So, personally, and I think many Ghanaians would agree with me that the government have really done well. To me, not as an NDC activist, but as a Ghanaian, I think the government as a whole has exceeded my expectation. Because I thought this first year, from January to December, was not going to be something to write home about. But personally, he has exceeded my expectation, and I think that is also the thoughts of many Ghanaians, because we're all here when 3-4 months into his administration, transportation fares were being reduced, which is a symbolic milestone to achieve. Besides, the dollar that was at a point 15-16 to a cedi is now trailing at 10.9, 10.8. And I think it's not easy. It only needs experienced hands and people with vision to achieve this.
Okay.
So, as you asked me, the government have exceeded expectation.
Okay. Let's look at some of the things that you campaigned at the back of to come to power, and analyze how you fared with it. But first of all, let's look at corruption. You just mentioned how the president in February mentioned how the state was in a crime scene, looking at how the affairs were being managed. So far, do you think your government has done much more in curtailing the menace of corruption, past and currently?
Okay, I must say yes, in the sense that, you see, recently, the acting general secretary of the United Party Plus, or whatever it is, Honorable Boabia Samoa, made a statement that President John Dramani Mahama, in his 9-10 months, have traded consciously. We have to all note that in his first 120 days, he established a code of conduct for all government appointees. And it's up to marvels you to know that we are in the 11th month of his administration. And as at now, there has been no corruption scandal to even talk about. Unless you want to do a political jandam, of which this time around it's not going to sell. unlike previous years and stuffs.
Okay.
We are in 11th month of
the
administration.
Okay.
Nobody is talking about corruption. And I think it's a plus to the government because, remember, I will not sit here and say the previous government never did anything. But one particular thing that Ghanaians suffered from was corruption.
Okay.
Because at a point, monies that was supposed to be used for meaningful things, infrastructure and stuffs, were being looted allegedly, by some government appointees.
Okay.
As I'm talking to you right now,
Yes.
allegedly, Professor Amiya Ekunfi is standing a trial concerning Sky train. And
how much was that train itself? I think they mentioned $2 million, right?
Yes. Later on, the Auditor General said the money even exceed the $2 million that the allegation was raised. And we should all consider this. $2 million is a huge sum of money that can do a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
Even in that administration, when they previously said it's only a weak government and a lazy government that runs to the IMF, but later on, they went there. Ghana went there for what do you call it, $3 million, and an individual, an appointee of that matter, of which state resources are being used to pay you and cater for your well-being. You just allegedly loot $2 million from the state funds. It's not mind-boggling.
Very.
There are a whole lot of scandals. You see, most times people think when we talk about corruption, it's about money. As I'm speaking to you, allegedly, the CEO of Maslock granted an interview and stated emphatically that they went to the regional chairman of Ashanti region. They went to his house and they find some vehicles which belong to Maslock. Vehicles that the ordinary Ghanaian was supposed to be given to work and get something small, even in that hardship. A whole regional chairman who uses expensive vehicles will just go and park the vehicles there just for Ghanaians to suffer. Because at the point they felt we have sold the country to them. Instead of them to have realized that no, we are given 169 seats in 2016-2017. In 2020, Ghanaians decided that no, you people, you are not performing. It's a warning to you. We are now giving you 137 plus an independent candidate, their own member that at a point they decided to abort, making 138. They never realized their mistake just to correct them, but felt no, oh, the Ghana has been given to us forever.
But with that, who do you blame? I mean, they performed 2016, 2020, you saw it, you voted for them again. So to them, if they voted for us, then they like what we are doing.
Okay, so as we normally say, everybody deserves a second chance.
Oh. Okay.
So at a point, majority of Ghanaians realize that no, these people, let's give them some little chance, some slight opportunity to see if they would be able to correct their mistakes. And remember, in that election, 2020 election, there was a point that MPP decided that no, these results, we are not accepting it. It became back and forth. Because President Mahama wanted peace, he said no, let them enjoy their 4 years. Ghanaians would see the true colors of them.
Okay.
So I think when it comes to corruption, the government led by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama have catered it very well and managed it's
Okay.
in the right path.
All right. That's fair. Debbie, we are grateful to have you join us for the conversation this morning. You've heard the NDC man speak. Is there anything you would want to rebut, or you think, oh, he's actually speaking the truth?
With corruption, right?
Yeah, he's speaking about corruption.
Well, I would say that the current administration is trying his best to fight corruption.
Okay.
But the best is not yet enough.
Enough.
So I'm happy with the fact that they are bringing out people that are so much into corruption. We wouldn't get to know all this if the previous administration was still in power. I'm not trying to do politics, but we wouldn't have known.
But we are discussing politics.
Yeah, we wouldn't have known all this if not for the current administration coming in.
Yeah.
It's got to a time I thought the Public Accounts Committee does not even exist, but now I feel like they are trying their yes, and then they are doing their best, bringing out people. Example has to do with this NSS scandal, where baby cloth is being paid, a disease is being paid for 25 months, and a whole lot. Even government institution. Yesterday I saw, I think, Winneba.
Yeah.
Where also embezzle some money where they paid lecturers and lecturers that does not exist on campus are being paid. So all this is something that I feel like the government is trying to prompt us that the debt we are owing as a country is not as a result of what we think, but this is the major problem on ground. So I feel like the government is doing their best.
Okay.
We would be much happy if after all this expose, people behind it are made to face the law. Because it doesn't make sense if you expose these people
and then nothing happens.
And even if the money they said they've retrieved, I'm doubting if they really retrieved those money.
Well, that's another topic
That's
for discussion.
Right.
But I mean, we all. I think from the beginning, someone made a suggestion that we should create a particular account for all this oral thing. Whichever money we retrieve, we should put it there. We update the country on it. Oh, okay, we just retrieved about, let's say, $2 million from the scandal. We are putting it here. People take records of it. At some point, we develop something out of those monies. Oh, okay, there is a regional hospital we are building here, or we've built a regional hospital here. We use $3 million to build it. This $3 million, we got it from the oral that we so I think that would have made more sense to the Ghanaian that okay, then people will begin to appreciate the work. But you just say, oh, we've retrieved for what? From who? How much did you retrieve?
Right.
I hope you are getting me. But well,
like yesterday, the Tamale Technical University was commended because they've retrieved some money. The money that was like embezzled was retrieved, and it's like they've even added from I think from 7 million to 13 million.
Wow.
So they were commended, and that is good. But Sikano, any assembly, as you said,
fine.
On what Debbie just said, my little touches on it is that as I said, my government is doing well, but I think the Attorney General should be fast enough to establish the fast track court for such allegations and stuff, because we all know that our court systems are most times choked, and all that politicians sometimes think of is that, oh, after looting, even if my government lose, there might be a circumstance whereby, oh, the trial would proceed to till time that the government would go off for my government to come in. The aging would file for nolli prosequa. And you see, my little problem, you see, as at this morning, University of Ghana have been ordered to retrieve certain monies that certain lecturers took for study leave that they never went on.
Just look at this.
So the school have been ordered to refund the money. And I think when it comes to corruption cases, one thing that we should, even if you are an NDC appointee now, you should be worried
Yeah.
that the man that you are working with doesn't entertain those kind of
things.
Remember in 2013, 2014, Honorable Victoria Hema, who was is then cousin, a deputy minister of communication, if I'm right, sat on a national television and just stated that, oh, in my life, when I get this amount of money, I'll stop politics, I'll stop everything.
Yeah.
The next morning, we wake up and the news was that he has been
gone.
sacked from the office. That if this is what you want, meaning you can loot the country and stop working.
Yeah.
So then go home for somebody who is willing.
To do the work.
And if somebody is able to do this to his cousin, if you are here now, you should be worried that even if you take a penny, the president won't shield you for anything. You just face the music.
Sure.
And I think it's something that is helping this government a lot.
Okay. Now let's speaking of the things that your government campaigned at the back of to come to power. One of them was the 24-hour economy. Last 3 days, we heard from the local government who said that they are going to establish a 24-hour economy market in each and every district in the country. Now, people are saying, no, we've heard this thing before, Agenda 111. One district, one factory, one constituency, $2 million or something.
Yeah, 1 million.
It never came to bear. So, but this thing that the local government is saying, the policy itself, we haven't seen any much attention being paid to it. We haven't seen any progress ever since the NDC came to power, and now you are promising us things from those policies. But building new markets, 24-hour markets, or renovating the old ones, expanding them, the re-establishment of the establishment of new ones and the expansion of the old ones, which one do you think would have been appropriate? Or do you think that we don't have much capacity to contain if the 24-hour economy policy is being established? Yes, I'll take that first.
Well, I feel like the old ones should rather be expanded, but in a place where we feel like this particular market cannot be expanded and then use with the initiative they are bringing on board, they're supposed to create a new one. So let's take Agboglushi market for instance.
Okay.
Some time ago they said that place was very congested and a whole lot. So they actually moved them from there to Ajay Kotoku Semeboa. Ajay Kotoku, because they felt like the place is very congested, and then thieves also use that particular spot as a lucrative environment where they can also steal from other people. So with that, they move the people. And now when you get to Agbogloshi to buy stuff, like you can see that the place is free. You can actually move about and still be you feel secure and safe than how it used to be. So I feel like when we expand the markets, the old ones we have, it will be good. But at a place where we feel like expanding this market is not going to help us, then we can come about creating new markets. Now with what you said, we've heard this over and over again. One district, one factory, one village, one dam. My constituency have not gotten one yet. We are still hoping, but we've never gotten one. So with this particular policy, it's very good because as we expand it, it's going to there will be a need of more hands, and that means that we should employ more people, which means that it's going to reduce unemployment in the country. So expanding it and then employing people, it's going to help. But the issue now is it's 24 hours, which means that from dawn to dawn, right? Then we should have a tight security. Because it's not only about expanding the market and then materializing your vision. When it's materialized and then you employ the people, how well are we going to ensure that these people are being safe? And as well, you cannot create markets when the roads are very bad. Our roads are nothing to write home about. So I feel like the road should also be constructed. So when you do all this, it makes it so easier for you. But with the market, like it's
It's a good initiative.
It's a good initiative. Very, very good.
Okay.
I believe when it's expanded, it will be in a modernized standard, and that is going to help us a lot. And it wouldn't be like you going to the market then you are not getting anything. It means when I'm going to the market, I can even sleep and tell myself that I'm going to shop at midnight, and
Yeah,
I will still
I'll
still meet someone at the market to buy
from.
like it's good.
Okay.
But security, because when it happens like that, this thieves we have around, every day they are also stepping up in their skills and all that. So long that we are also advancing with everything, especially that has to do with this 24-hour economy thing, then it means we are supposed to also strengthen our security very well. But for me, the initiative is a laudable one.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. Sammy.
Okay, from the way my sister was speaking, as if he used to be in the room with His Excellency the President to share thoughts and ideas together. I'm saying this because at a point she said you can't do this without good roads. And remember, just this Monday, the President made it clear to the whole nation that in the next 24 months, the whole country is going to be a construction site.
See,
in the sense that
Sammy, I'm coming.
I also saw that yesterday.
Sammy, I'm coming. We had a president who told us that he's going to make Accra the cleanest city in Africa.
Okay, so
what do we see now?
The reason why I have confidence in His Excellency the President is that he has that track record when it comes to infrastructure. Because there is no way you can compare the one who said, I'm going to make Accra the most cleanest city to this president.
Okay.
President John Dramani Mahama spent 4 years. And even a child who is 8-9 years can pinpoint some infrastructure and projects that he made.
Okay.
UGMC is an example. KATR Market is an example. Kofrum Market. And when it comes to markets, he has that proven track record.
Okay.
KATR is a typical example. Kofrum. In fact, a whole lot. And you see, the president knows very well that I can't build markets whilst the routes are very poor.
Okay.
So he said, no, I have 4 years. Out of that 4 years, I'm going to use 24 months out of it to build our roads.
Okay.
And this big push is a big something that we should all embrace. Because even the roads, the places that we used to say they have roads, the roads are not good. When you are coming to Accra, a whole lot of potholes. That's why the president didn't say, I'm going to build roads at Torom or at Banda constituency, but said the whole Ghana is going to be a construction site.
Okay.
Now let me come to the issue of market, whether to build new ones or old ones should be renovated.
Okay.
Now my suggestion is this. Most of the old markets are located in a way that even when you want to renovate it, you are not going to get that capacity that you want.
Okay.
Due to the environmental nature of it.
Okay.
So as he said, markets are going to be built in every constituency. So my grandmother or my mother who comes from Equiapem South, who farm at the end of the day will get a market, a good market to go and sell the farm products. The one at KJV will also get a place, so that at the end of the day it won't be like, oh, these people, because remember we had a president who told some people that if I'm to look at the voting pattern, I wouldn't have come and do anything here. Of which, once you become a president, you are father for all. Whether the people voted for you or not, you have to work for them. So I'm of the opinion that new markets are to be built. Because we live in a country that when you want to reduce unemployment, trust me, white collar job, it's not going to do anything to help. It's rather those kind of markets and stuff. Because remember, when markets are being built, for example, if each constituency, by the grace of Allah, we have a modernized market, as Debbie said, meaning there should be a tight security. Meaning new police and security personnel are going to be employed.
Okay.
At the end of the day, if every constituency for example, is supposed to get 2 policemen, how many police individuals are going to be employed? Community police individuals are also going to be employed in large quantity. So at the end of the day, it's going to reduce the unemployment rate in the country. So I'm of the view that new markets are to be built. Because we live in a country that we always want to go with the archaic infrastructures. Instead of doing the new things, we think that, oh, this decks, let me paint it, it will be new. Meanwhile, a new decks have come that you can feel comfortable on. We won't do it. We'll go with the archaic ones. There are some markets as at now, even when they renovate it, trucks can't enter the market. So what I'm not saying we shouldn't renovate them.
We can still renovate them and add the to
new ones,
established ones,
so that unemployment rate will reduce drastically. Because drivers will be moving to the market, market women, security personnel, and a whole lot. Cleaners would also get jobs to do. So that's my opinion about that.
Okay, that's very, very, very thoughtful and enlightening. There be anything you would want to add to?
So the only thing I would like to add is why don't we also come up with building factories? I know the previous administration started and most constituency or district didn't get it. That's to do the one district, one factory. So recently there were grievances from some farmers who are into farming, tomato, especially rice. And they are saying that they've harvested it down, but it's going waste because no one is coming to buy. And we Ghanaians, we've been fed with imported rice. So even though we eat the local rice, we are so much into the imported ones. And now it's affecting us because the more we import, the more we give away. And giving away equally means that we are always on run to get money. But in as much as the money is coming, we don't feel its impact because it still goes out. We end up importing. So why don't we continue? You see, it is good that you continue what someone started. We know that the promise and the field, the idea is there. But at least, not to just bring a new initiative with that particular name, but can there be a factory for all districts, especially communities where we know that it's a dominant area for tomato, communities that we know that's a dominant area for pepper, for rice, and we can produce it. Burkina Faso, they are now producing tomato paste. Ibrahim Traore is doing a very massive work there. They don't import anything so far as they are concerned. And the media is also concerned. We are getting to know things. They produce their own tomato mix. They don't import it outside. We can equally do same. I know we have factories that do that, but if there are more, like 2, 3, what I know the vision of the president is industrialization, and we can only do that when we have more factories, and these factories are being resourced. So watermelon, banana, plantain, these things are perishable goods. So when we
need to have a way of
preserving them and then making use of them. So I feel like this is one thing I also like the government to look at.
Okay, that's fine.
I think with that I agree perfectly, but I also think when you go to a certain place, even the local rice that we are talking about, sometimes it pains me a lot that a farmer would farm and at the end of the day it goes waste. Because farming is very difficult.
Very.
And my opinion about that is that, for example, there are certain places that when you go, even to get those kind of local rice to buy, it becomes very difficult. I don't know if you agree with me. So I think it's better we build markets all over before we move into building factories. Because at the end of the day, trust me, when markets are being built, private individuals would be thinking of, oh, there is a market at Ayawaso West Wogon constituency. Why don't I go and get a land to build a factory for processing and stuffs? So that at the end of the day, it won't be a burden on the government alone, but individuals would also come in and Because as we are here right now, if there is no market, why do I have to come and invest my money by building a factory, a processing factory and stuff? I want to know if you agree with me. So I think we should first get the solutions by getting markets, modernized markets, so that Mr. Marine knows that when I come and build a pineapple factory here, a processing factory, I'll be getting pineapple all day, all time to buy from this market. When I come and build a tomato factory here, I'll be getting it from the market. Because trust me, when you go to in Sahom area, there is a town called Pepaweni, Ukotom area. There's a pineapple factory there that was being built by Professor His Excellency the late President J.E. Mills. That it was being abandoned because at a point I went there and I decided to have a discussion with the people there. What they told me is that the factory was in operation, but at the point roads weren't good. The products too, they weren't getting it. You have to suffer before you get
the product.
So they decided to abandon the factory and it's there. So for example, the Tetekwashi cocoa farm is at Mampong. If a market is being built that when you go there, you even get cocoa, what do you call it there? Product. Somebody would think of coming to build
a factory
there
that can produce cocoa.
So that's I think the reason why the president have decided to build markets first before moving into the factories and stuff.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair. Well, we are looking forward to your government. You are now in power. You've done something about the dollar. We thank you, but we want more tangible, things to happen.
Right.
Things that can benefit the ordinary Ghanaian day in, day out. Yeah, kudos so far, but Galamsey the more failure, and the more failure. Galamsey. Well, let's look at was it in Ablekuma where we had a by-election?
Yes.
Irabno being
was it even a by-election? No, it was a rerun.
A rerun for some polling stations. Irabno being a PFE.
Where initially the NPP secretary, general secretary, came to say they are not participating. Everyone told then is a done deal for Irabna. The night to the elections, we saw all the NPP groups on grounds campaigning heavily for a queer free. Everyone was like, and Kofi almost a month to obey. A queer free herself, after that declaration from the general secretary, also came out to say, and your secretary never a guano, Yana Mepe, Media Meba. So, she also availed herself to be part of the elections. On the day, the D-Day, a whole lot of things happened. We saw some flying members, people flying in smokes, and so many other stuff. One of the things that actually happened, and I think it happened there, right?
Yes.
The minority leader, he actually slapped a police officer. Was it at those grounds? Or was it a different
when
person?
They went for the demonstration, the minority went for save something.
Yes, it was.
Okay. So it was a demonstration.
Yes.
Okay.
Save. I think they felt like their members were being
attacked, witch hunted.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was a demonstration, though, but I think when the Chief Justice, it was save the judiciary or something.
Save the.
The one that Debbie is talking about is that
Okay.
So
the issue happened.
The
issue happened during the save the judiciary.
The judiciary, okay. And so people were like, "Hey, there were minority leader or so your pair. A ordinary person and police for beg a whole lot." The CID took it upon themselves to Now, they said after investigations, they submitted their report, but they haven't heard anything from the Attorney General's office. You see this thing? If it was any ordinary person, we would have gone past it. Judgment would have been passed long ago. But because he is a member of parliament, why the delay?
Okay.
What should we be expecting from this issue?
Okay, so
Is the Attorney General's office shielding the minority leader because they are all into the political class?
So I think first of all, with this AG, I don't think there is any way that he will be shielding a minority leader who even comes from an opposition party.
Okay.
The reason why I'm saying this is that we're here when he came out, the AG came out bluntly that Yoko and staff should be investigating his own party executives.
Okay.
But concerning the issue of the minority leader, I think the investigational report was sent to the AG's office not too long ago. And the reason why we should have a little time for the AG is that I think there are a whole lot of things on his table that he is battling with. Not to hold breath for him,
Okay.
but the minority leader himself, I have a problem with him and the party, the MPP party. You see, after that shambolic performance with our economy, one problem that former President Nana Akufo-Addo left to Ghanaians is that he gave us a weak opposition. The reason I'm saying this is that, are you aware recently the MPP party is jubilating over mediocrity?
How is that?
Yes. You see, when you were talking, you made it clear that the party came out with their general secretary. And we know political parties, the general secretary is the CEO of the party.
Okay.
The CEO came out that this election, we are
Is
not
the secretary or the chairman?
the secretary. In political party, I think the CEO is the party secretary.
Okay.
Yes. He came out that this election we are not contesting. We are not showing up. That very evening, the candidate came out that election, won't forget. When you do this, meaning there is no leadership.
Okay.
1. 2, you have double standards. Because you are coming out from the ticket of the party. Again, let's not divert from the minority leader. The minority leader, one thing that I've observed and realized about him is that, you see, when you're a leader of a group, it's two things. Either you make the group as a whole popular, or you make yourself popular and the group suffer. The reason why I'm saying this is that we have a minority leader that he was handed 138 seats, but have given some away for free, and is now having 87 under his belt. After that, because he was not being cautioned and punished, he came out that now call me Osahine. In our daily life, it's like a police person. You see, when police people are being sent out to go and control crowd, and at the end of the day, the policeman mistakenly shoots like 30 individuals. After interdicting him, you don't punish him. Then the next day, you rather promote him that you are inspector. You are now being promoted as a chief inspector. That's what is happening in the MPP right now.
Okay.
Because a good leader or a good competitor is someone who is able to capitalize on the opponent's weakness. You see, at a point in time, a mistake that the MPP made that is hunting them was that when the NDC leadership decided that no, the economy is not going well, so let's change our party leadership on the parliamentary bench. And they brought in Honorable Keso Atoba Forsen, Dafiama Point, the likes. The MPP also decided that no, changing with the changing be. it's like the person that you are competing with. How do you be able to compete with the person?
Okay.
Even when they were changing the front, I thought they were bringing in economic expert to match the opposition boot for boot. But they decided to bring Afenyo Markins, who only cracks joke but doesn't do anything much meaningful on the bench. Because I quite remember when, you see, the parliamentary bench, standards are being set from Aban Bagben, Oseche Mensa Bunsu, Haruna Edusu and staff. Standards are being set. Even at 2,000 wasn't near any joke. By the time you are his opponent and you are done talking, he will pinpoint, he will put holes on your statements.
Okay.
And have you ever seen Afenyo Markins doing same? After the majority leader is done talking, he will get up and crack joke just for his back to clap for him.
But I mean, that's also his style of leadership.
No, you see, there are certain styles that it doesn't yield
fit.
It doesn't even yield results. I quite remember at the point when this former finance minister Ken Ofori-Atta was done presenting the budget to the house. He wasn't even done. But I realized Haruna Idrisu was up. And it shows leadership. Just look at what Emmanuel Amakufibua, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, did to President Akufo-Addo. People were thinking that Afenyo will also get up and counter. But was he able to do that? No. So I think the party itself is lacking leadership.
Okay.
And Afenyo Markins is using the position to gain fame for himself, rather to yield results to the bench. That's my opinion about that. And I think with his report, we have to hold some time for the AG.
Really?
And see if something meaningful will come up. Because I know this AG will never shield Afenyo Markins.
Okay.
He will never do that, because we were here when he said they should investigate Yamin and Abanga.
Okay.
How much more, what do you call it, Afenyo Markins? Because even Yamin and Abanga, when the party is going for re-election in the primaries, they are the people that you'll be running to.
Okay.
But he said investigate them and bring the findings. So I think in the coming days, we should just expect something meaningful out from that office.
Okay. All right, thank you. Debbie.
The minority leader is in no right position to slap a police officer. What they do is to maintain law and order. So if you feel like they are doing something that they are not supposed to do as a police officer, what do? You report that to their superiors. You don't end up, vetting your anger on the people. Mind you, you are a leader. You are being watched by people. This is something that was on national television, and even after that incident, he came out claiming that he didn't do it. But the video shows that you slapped him in the face, and you are saying you didn't do it. Who does that? Even the law states that no one is above the law.
True.
The president himself is not above the law. So when you do something that is bad or is against what the law states, you must be held for your own action. So that is the same thing you are supposed to do. I feel like by now this issue should be settled, but it's quite unfortunate that every issue that has to do with a politician and a mere citizen take a very long time to. It takes so long to work on that. Okay. But when it's an ordinary citizen, imagine it was a police officer that slapped.
Yeah.
Did that. But now that it's like the table has turned, they are now doing back and forth. And I wouldn't be surprised if this issue does not get anywhere. They'll make it a foolish case. Yes, they'll make it a foolish case. It wouldn't get to any place. They will rubbish the case. That is our nature. Because I haven't seen a citizen winning a case against a politician in Ghana before. Maybe it's there, I don't know. But then I haven't seen a citizen winning a case against a politician. Oh boy. We are in this country. Yeah. I'm not trying to divert the what you are discussing. Sure. But then I came across a news where it's bad to litter. You're not supposed to do that. As a sane human, you don't litter around.
Sure.
But then we saw in the news, I saw 3 guys that was, I think the leader around one government institution, and they were jailed for 7 months just for dropping rubber or rubbish.
Yeah.
They were jailed for 6 months too. But people or politicians get away when they do things beyond imagination. You see, I saw a video when one politician says something, and I would like to repeat what he said. He said, if an ordinary person steals, he's a thief. But if a politician steals, then we brand it. Misappropriation of funds, financial irregularities. What is that? So you need to face the law. And then they also own them. So as a leader, you should know that there are certain things you're not supposed to do. If I am here, if in case one day I've been appointed for a position, or I want to be a president. So if in case one day I become a president,
Wow.
if in case one day I become a president, there are certain things I'm not supposed to do.
Okay.
Because all eyes are on you. Even not a president, but maybe a leader leading an organization or something. There are things you're not supposed to do because you have followers, and the followers are watching you. They are equally walking on the path you are laying down. So you shouldn't do certain things. And I feel like the minority are overdoing it, especially the minority leader. But I feel like now, I don't know who is advising him though, but I feel like now it's coming down. You don't see him leading the conferences again. It is some other appointed party officials that do that. But in this case, that is a total no. And I feel like by now, as even care was he na share so differ and power differ. What are the punishments for him? Even if there is no punishment and you're supposed to apologize, you do it. As a leader, you should know that when you do the wrong thing, accept it and apologize to people below you. It's not because they are below you, so you feel like I'm a leader, auntie. But as a leader, I cannot apologize to you. I cannot let my guards down. So I feel like by now, dear, Attorney General,
You see, the reason why I think this issue will not go unpunished is that one, the minority leader wouldn't have done this in the first place if the Ayawaso West Wagon incident was being tackled by his government.
Okay.
You see,
so you think it's an issue of precedence?
Yes. The minority leader feels that this one, they won't do anything.
Because
we're
here
when a sitting member of parliament was being slapped, a report came out.
How old were you then? You are laughing at it.
We're here when a sitting member of parliament, now a current minister, was being slapped. A report came out. People who are now contesting for flag bearership were being fingered out that they were the prime suspect of it.
Okay.
But they went unpunished. Now the reason why I think this president won't, or the AG won't let this issue go unpunished is that, one, if we do this, it's going to set a bad precedent. In a sense that in future, even on a campaign platform, a presidential candidate will be there and an ordinary Ghanaian will even go and slap the person. You see,
and
this
nothing will be done.
Yes, this minority leader, the reason why I said I have problem with him is that, you see, he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer, and
he knows what is right and what
yes,
is wrong.
and even apart from that, you're a lawyer, a third or fourth time member of parliament. You should know better.
Sure.
The minority leader, you see, the reason why recently you hear that individuals want to attack security personnel is that we were here when people who have been alleged looting the states were being arrested, and we saw a whole minority leader sitting on the floor that release him. When you do this, at a point in time, somebody who have looted the state that they are receiving an evidence, people will gang against the security personnel, and it's very bad when you are a minority leader and issues like this happen. You don't even come out to talk.
Okay.
One, you are a lawyer. It's either you give your support to the person, but you don't go and sit on the floor. Weren't we here when Ato Forcing was standing trials about the ambulance issues? When the issue started, Haruna Idrusu was the minority leader. Did you see him coming out to come and sit on the floor, cry and those kind of stuff? Oh, and those kind of. President Mahama came out bluntly that if anybody in my government previously have looted the state and there is evidence, the person should face the consequences.
Yeah.
And him himself said, I have said for 4 years, I won't go anywhere. If there is anything that I have to account for, once you step into office of appointment or government rules, you should be ready to account for your stewardship. And that is what the minority leader is not getting. So he always wants to be in the news and be popular.
Okay.
But that is not happening. As Debbie said, I think recently he's writing his notes. And the reason why he's writing his notes is that even in his party, in the parliamentary bench, the people are not happy with his attitude. Most people are not happy with that. Because remember, in that same bench, we have certain people who command respect.
Okay.
Me, I'm an NDC member all day, all time, all night. But Honorable Patrick Buama, Okai Kwes Central MP, I always cherish that man so much. When they were doing the appointments committee, this thing in interviews, look at his composure on the bench, and look at the minority leader. Even when the chief whip do this, I don't have problem with that.
Okay.
Because chief whip, it's more or less like an organizer who is supposed to be somewhere rugged. But whole minority leader, you should be there and be instructing people to do the right thing. You shouldn't be there and be doing things in a mediocre form just to receive clappings. You don't do that.
Okay. Thank you. Debbie, anything you would add or you can proceed?
The thing I'll add is I feel like the minority are not learning from their leaders, those who have held that position before, and then they conducted themselves very well. He mentioned one person, and then the other person I would like to mention was Oseche Mensabonsu.
Okay.
He was former majority leader for the NPP then. And then if you look at this man and how he conducted himself, I've never seen him with a demonstration and conference every later time, like even though they were the majority though, but his code of conduct was very good. It was very nice. Even now that there are chaos in the party, it was still, when we've been seeing other former appointees or people who have held position in the NPP party coming to speak, declare their support for this and that, you wouldn't see him doing such things. So I feel like the NPP, they have leaders, they have people who have held position in the party before. They are even lucky to even have the what's the name, former president Kufuor still alive. These are people you go to consult for advice and stuff. If you feel like there are things that are not going on as a child, dear, it's not bad to go for advice. In as much as you are old, we still have parents that we take advice from. So I feel like the MPP, it's not as if they don't know the right thing. They know it, they just don't want to do it. So they should do the right thing, and it will help them, because the more they are doing it, the more they are tarnishing their image. And people get to know. Sometimes when you go out, people will be like, hey, Nangofona de bia omo bema press release or say press conference or say they be when they enter about. So you see, even a layman understands that what you are doing doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I even gave them a new name, that their party is now New Press Conference Party. Because as you said, Oseche Mensabonsu 2012 was the minority leader. There's one thing that happened that most MPs in the MPP never liked it. You see, when a new parliament is being set, they go for workshops for the new ones, the freshers to learn and stuffs.
Kindly get into the
for the freshers to learn and stuffs. 2012, when President Mahama won election in 2012-2013, then the party was being led at the parliament by Oseche Mensabonsu. Their people attended the workshop. Now in 2024, when Afenyo Markins is the majority leader, when they have new MPs, new ones, new faces in the parliament, he instructed them not to attend the workshop. And I realized one thing: when they resumed parliament, the freshers were finding it very wanting to act and cope with parliamentary proceedings, which was very bad.
Okay.
Because the NDC new freshers attended it, and when parliament resumed, it looked as if they have been in the parliament before, but they were freshers.
Okay.
Honorable Kwamnache Stugat, MP for Brekum West, was a fresher on the bench. Adwa Letitia Kwapem South was a fresher, but they acted in parliament as if they were what do you call it?
Parliament for so long.
Yes, Millicent Amankwa, that smallish MP, acted like he has been in parliament 2 times, 3 times. Meanwhile, they are all freshers.
Okay.
So they should learn from their mistakes.
Okay.
And give a good account as an opposition to keep the government on its toes. Okay. If not, I think President Mahama and the NDC have been lenient. Because nobody is serving as a watchdog. As at now, the MPP is not acting.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Now, on our last topic for discussion, and I really like the fact that we have vibrant youths in the studios to discuss this issue. Growing up, we grew up with so many standards. Today, the world has changed. So there are things that you know. Just recently, I was walking and then I saw a woman carrying some things. So I was like, oh, she was surprised. I was like, okay, yeah. So I was going with her. We got to where she was going to. I gave it to her, and then I was walking by. She was like, ah, hey, now these are the things that we grew up with. Cutting your hair, no, but why not wear locks? Why not be this kind of stuff? Why not be Jana Boji? There has been this back and forth, especially about hair in schools. Just recently, there was a young lady going viral on social media because her hair was being cut. It was demanded that she cuts her hair. She trims it before she goes into SHS. And so it struck a whole lot. People were like, what does the hair influence in a child's academics? Others also were like, the distraction that comes with hair. Even we as grown-ups. Okonya bema bi kura obesa come from say your hair is nice. Any chai. So it's been a back and forth. This is the Gen Zs. This is the 21st century. This is a new era. Do you think this is an archaic, I wouldn't say policy, but moral? Is it an archaic moral, or do you think it's something that we should still hold on to? Because people were arguing that, look, we are blessed to have this human natural hair. God bless our kids with. You go outside the country, I be before no more school abushi, almost share Kwalanzo Muti and San school. That's a no. So why is it so different in here? Does this influence anything at all on the child's upbringing, on the academics, on the education, on whatsoever? Because even the education minister came to speak on that yeah, you need to cut her. You know. A plus also said it's not needed. If you have the money, take your child to GIS. If you don't, shut up and then Chanitino now like that. So, but I want to get your takes on this.
Okay, so I think I side with the minister for education 200%.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
The reason why is this. You see, you even cited an example where you decided to take something to escort an old lady or something. Even last week, my mom wanted to buy something, but she wasn't feeling well. I had come from somewhere. So she said, if I say we need to know, then I said, oh, give it to me, let me go and buy it for you. Let me greet you, Connie, this morning. So I went to buy it, then the woman said, hey, where do you go one piece? Then I said, oh, wait, it's my mommy. And he said, hey, why are the pound? I mean, Banukura undu me suman unko. I was there. I was asking myself questions. I attended a government school from Presby Junior High. When we were informed today, we had this Madam Lizzie. So I had made my stance clear since from one day that I wanted to attend either Achimota Senior High or Okuapeman Senior High. That madam was a past student of Okwas. She was a science tutor. Then every day this madam will be on me. Wo banwa sirimuti. School ni kura de si weni abra won sirimuti o. Ufa obag bo we chipe. No waba. Anything the school ni enwo se utifu. And the reason why I'm saying I side with the minister is that you see our system doesn't support with gadgets and stuffs. Even in our classroom, sometimes 70 people in one classroom learning. The place is very hot. What sounds way jawuti? While the teacher will be teaching, so onuni or the nensa nuni because I cannot.
Hey, brother.
The reason why I think we should be cutting our hairs is that it makes you very smart. Me, even at the university, I cut my hair. It recently that I decided to leave it grow small, then I'll cut everything for a new look. So I don't get it when, because no matter what, we can't hide from our morals. Even in those foreign countries where, whether you cut your hair or whatever you want to do with the hair, you come in. Should we also say that in those countries, the moment you get to a certain age, they sack you from the house to go and look for what you eat. You go and establish yourself. In Ghana, as we are speaking, we have 30 people, 30 years individuals who still live with their parents. Should we also say those people sack their children from the house? So when you are 30, you have graduated from the university and you have nothing to do, your parents should sack you. Is that what we are saying? If we want to do what they are doing, then we should also be ready to do what they are also doing there.
But the whole thing is this. The hair, the human hair, what influence will it have on the child's academics or their moral? I don't know how to put it.
Okay.
It is a mitia fua, and not just a miti bewu. That's the question.
Okay, so me too, my question is,
Question
I'm not
to
supposed
question.
to ask you question, though. But as you are here,
Yeah.
you feed yourself, you do everything for yourself.
Yeah.
You have not done dreadlocks and stuff. Just because of the way you were cultured from the beginning.
Will I say it's because of culture? I would say it is just because right now I have my freedom to do whatever I want. It is just me, my decision, just to always keep my head.
The reason why I'm saying this is that
Yeah.
if we move to the level that you can bring your hair in those kind of there will be a day in a class where teacher will be teaching, somebody will enter the class with a dreadlocks being dyed with maybe a green color, yellow color. And these things, the most dangerous aspect is that when I'm in class with Debbie and I come with that style of hair, whatever the teacher will be teaching, Debbie will be looking at my hair.
What kind is this?
Seriously, in Okwase, a certain gentleman, Oji Sakula, total Sakula, me who be that.
Yeah.
They suspended the guy. Do you know the reason why?
Because it was distraction.
Yes, he was catching all the attention from the class.
Ah.
Where Yi Sakula unti teacher need they are not girls.
Crime doesn't expire. He can sue the school. Oh, why should you
see what he was doing? It was an intentional something. So whilst teachers will be teaching, then the girls will be touching the hair. Hey, Sheriff. He was a Muslim guy to a very short guy. Sheriff. And what he was doing was that every 3 days he will be doing it. Intentional. So the school authorities decided that they will suspend the boy to go home. When the hair grows, then he come back.
Punishment. Baby.
And he went home. Me, the reason why I support those kind of things is that in our school system, little distraction, you are lost.
Yeah.
We don't even have gadgets that you'll be saying, oh, I've recorded, so when I go home, I'll go and...
You're not even allowed with phones.
Yes, you see.
But the government was buying tablets for students.
How many people got that tablet?
Was the tablet given at all?
Oh.
Mr. Murray.
Who got it?
Mr. Murray, don't do
Didn't
this.
you get them?
Don't do
No,
this.
I wasn't there. This thing.
Oh, really?
People were not giving.
Oh, they didn't go for it.
Oh, people were not giving.
The tablets were there.
See,
they just didn't
me,
go
I
for
attend meetings in my former school. They were not giving.
This kind of
You see,
means a lot.
the hair. It. You see, after secondary school, the ladies, they won't even wait for 1 month. You see them braiding their hair. Will somebody come and question you afterwards? When you're a guy after secondary school, your hair, you can even draw your face in your hair. Will somebody come and question you? It all depends on your moral conscience.
Okay.
But once you are in school, there is a saying that when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do.
Okay.
So when you are ready to come to school, cut your hair and come to school, so that it won't cause any distraction. That at the end of the day, my hair is grown, Mr. Mari's own is not grown. So when a teacher is teaching, he will be attracted to be holding my hair and stuffs. When we are all cutting our hair to a certain level, it doesn't cause those kind of things.
Okay.
So when you want to even braid, I think private schools accept those kind of.
Yeah, they do.
So you can go to
You go there because with private schools,
Yeah.
you pay more, you pay for, because people attending government schools, when you tell them that, oh, auntie ya obano a month be a teacher na 200 Ghana kwa no yen the classes on here. But obi or the back of private school, irrespective of the huge amount the person is paying,
they still
you still take teachers for them to until oban onsan fa teacher man oban so onsuya de oban no asanga ye dread na man fu susum ono oba den obesua.
Okay.
So me, I support
You
the
support.
minister. Me.
Right. Okay. Let me.
Yeah, so shaving of the hair is not archaic, but then I feel like it's a tradition. You know, at that young stage, we are pricked to every little distraction. You know, in class where people braid their hair, hey, your hair is nice, so once the teacher is teaching, you're holding
How much
the...
did you buy there?
How much was the mesh? Even at the university, sometimes you do that. So I feel like it's a tradition. That is how we were brought up. So in the educational system, you don't braid your hair from nursery. That is if you're in private school, they allow that. But in government school, you don't braid your hair. You leave your hair, you shave it off, and then till you are done with senior high school, that is when you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do with your hair. And I would say that this is the genesis of the indiscipline we see of late. So they braid their hair, they do that, they do this, and then the person will end up completing and then being a notorious person in in the country.
Absolutely.
And then ending up being a liability to you, the parents, to the society, and even a burden to the government as well. And that is why we see a lot of indiscipline in our school of late. So as students in the senior high school feels like I can braid my hair. No, I have it in a class. When he comes to class, he has cutlass in his back. He has all this. And these are some of the things they see on telly. And you see, we copy from the Western world, but trust me, their way of understanding is totally different from Africans. Ghanaians, our ways of understanding things is very, very different. So we cannot blindly copy them. So simple. We have American schools that are being established in Ghana here. If you go to East Legon, we have them there. And Ghanaians actually enroll their wards in those schools. You pay huge sum of money. Your ward braid their head. And even trust me, although they are braiding their hair, there is discipline.
Okay.
those discipline cannot be compared to the schools, the normal government schools we have, or the teachers do not even care. A teacher can just tell you that I don't care, it's your life. Whether you become useless or not, you are going back to your parents' house, you're not coming to my house. That is what they will say. And that is why when the previous administration brought the those directive that no students should be caned, and although we are not animals, we are not supposed to cane, but at least cane, no, because we the blacks, that is when we know that we are on the bad side. And the more reason why this issue has become something big everybody is talking about is because Tyrone Magai won the case against Achimota in court. So parents feels like their ward can braid their hair and all that. So if you have the money, simple, enroll your ward in those American schools we have in the country, or better still, fly your child outside the country, because for them, they have no problem with that. And the thing is, if you leave your hair, it's not going to determine whether you will pass or you are not going to or you fail. It's and you learning see, your parents have done their best to send you to school, and they have also done their best to pay your fees. Whether you are going to succeed or not, it depends on you. Because as you move from your house to the office, your dad is not here, me sitting down here, my dad is not here with me, my mom is not here with me. They've done their best by enrolling me in school, so I have to also do my best to get there and make them proud. So the best thing is you, it's not the hair. But what we are saying is that it's a tradition. That you don't braid your hair. But coming up, I started from private school, because a place I have to shave it. So that one is different when you're in the private school, but in the government school, it's not like that. So I feel like this hair issue shouldn't be something that we should be talking about. If you're a parent, then you feel like I wouldn't allow my child shave the hair, and then you have the money, enroll them in those big schools. But if you feel like no, oh dear, how many years? They say 4 years in primary now.
SS.
4 years in SS. From JHS to senior high school.
3 years in SS. 3
years in JHS. Open years is here. You close your eyes and open right now. You're done with JHS, and then within a twinkle of an eye, you're done with senior high school. To get a time, you feel like shaving your hair again because you are tired. So I feel like it's a process. When you get there, when you set into adulthood, you do as such. Now that you're a kid, you behave as a kid.
You see, the reason why I even support this is that we the Gen Zs, when you give us 1 inch, we want to double it to 5. You see, recently I attended a PTA meeting, and there was something that I was shocked of. Teachers were complaining that those parents who have been giving phones to their children in the junior high schools and stuff, they should either monitor them or take the phones from them. Then one lady got up. Teacher, when you then I said, now can Debbie, and now what is then, not knowing they have seized her ward's phone. So the reason why she got up is to defend. Then the teacher said, okay, you came here last week to insult us. We never talked because we have seized your ward phone, and the phone, we will show you something on the phone today. They showed the lady, and afterwards the lady felt down. You know, the phone that the child was using, you sleep with your husband in a single room with your ward, and not knowing the ward had been videoing them when they sleep together in the midnight.
Oh, you are lying.
Oh, I'll never to Presby Junior High School. This happened there. Hey. You can go and make your research about it. This happened there. Then the teachers seized the phone and they made the students open the lock for them. The reason why they seized the phone was that lessons was going on. The children were watching something on the phone. So when the teacher got closer, they moved away from that side. So the teacher seized the phone and they made the investigation. They opened the video to the woman. They said, Mami Bejina. They started showing the video. Then they asked the woman, who is this? Only that question, the woman felt down. Then the woman told the teacher that they should crash the phone. The teacher said no, they won't crash it.
They'll give it back.
They were pouring water on the lady. Hey, at a point, because you are in a single room with your husband and your child, and children from other homes are watching you naked. Could you believe this?
Oh,
so if you come to the school and tell the teacher that me ba no ba okura phone mani use here, do you know the side effect of it? You don't know. So I think when it comes to education system, there are there are certain things, certain morals that we shouldn't compromise with. It.
All right. That's a very solid argument. That is a very solid argument. Anyways, I mean, this is where we are done with our topics. This is where we'll be done with the show. But before we leave, anyone with anything you would want to say or add to our conversations? If not, anyone you want to greet, any special shout outs? It's a weekend, a very cold, rainy weekend. Anything for the boys?
I think just adapt to what he said. Monitoring of the phone is very, very necessary. You know, some parents get their word phones to learn. It's good because they're supposed to be abreast with what is happening. But at least they should be monitoring and monitor what they watch on the phone. You see, most of these children, they are so much attached to things, and then at that stage, they want to practice everything they see on the phone. They don't see the side effect of it. So at this stage, your word will feel like you are disturbing him or her. But when he grows to a certain stage, he will sit down and then call you and appreciate you and thank you for directing her to walk on the right path. Those times when you're doing the bad thing and then they are correcting, you feel like they are disturbing you. You feel like, how? They don't want to give you the freedom. You feel like your parent does not love you. But right now, when you sit back and then you think about some mistake you wanted to commit with the correction that was made, I feel like I bought one but now they be on So I feel like if you get phone for your word, you should be monitoring it. In and out.
Thank you there, Debbie. Sammy, any last words before we leave the studio?
Okay, so I think in all matters of governance, we should just have time. Because what has been, that's why I even had the problem with the double track education system. When people were supposed to go for 8 weeks, somebody will come for 6 weeks, 3 weeks, those kind of, because something that somebody couldn't take 3 years to pass. You are being asked to use less time to do the same thing. So something that has been damaged for 8 years, it's going to take us some time for us to repair it back. But I think we are on the right path. The government is trying its best. President Mahama, upon assumption of office, have made a whole lot of sacrifices, which is driving the country forward. And I think we should just have patience with him and his appointees. Not to say that they are all. I think there are some hitches in and out there, and some appointees have to be up and doing. Yes.
All right. Thank you, lady and gentlemen. We thank our audience, to our watchers, our viewers and listeners. But this is where we end the show.
Yes, I want to give a little shout out to certain individuals out there. Yes. So my boss NK Obrimpong, a big shout out to him out there. Ken Melo is also at Ebri Ekwapem. Yes, a big shout out to him. Mavis is also at Tutu Ekwapem. And to the Kwachi family. Big one to them. They are the ones driving me in and out to wherever I want to be, and I think I'm most grateful and humbled to each and every one. And everyone out there who made time to join the show. We thank them. We are doing the show because of them. And it's, as I said earlier on before I started, it's a privilege, not a right. So yes, I'm humbled and most grateful to each and every one out there. Big one also to the Minister of Food and Agriculture, Honorable Eric Opoko. Yes, thank you.
So we also thank you for making time to come into the studios of Ghana Talks Radio and share your thoughts with us. Debbie, Yapon. So Debbie will come back with the midday news. Don't worry, she will come and gist you with all the things that you need to know. I'm out. We are out. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.